If it's not us now, it's not making sense.
Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, and this is the second video I'll be making. Thank you for riding through this journey with me, and I really appreciate you all. I dropped my first video about 4 days ago and I got some likes and some comments and reviews. So if you like what you're seeing, please like, please subscribe, and drop a comment if you think there's something I can improve on. Football as usual. Football as usual and Arsenal. So today we'll be discussing about CR7 saga, Arsenal's players' involvement in the international break, that is of course the FIFA World Cup going on in Qatar, and how they've performed so far. And we'll be rating some of the players that have played for Arsenal and are representing the countries this season. So looking at the CR7 saga, which was the first thing this week. Man United and CR7 dropped a statement that the club will be parting ways with the greatest player of all time. I know not everyone will agree with me when I say CR7 is the greatest player of all time. So yeah, they dropped a statement that is parting ways with the club, and personally I think it's a good decision and it's a very great one for both parties, in terms of the fact that CR7 was ready to leave United, and United wasn't also ready to make him play, put him on the pitch, because the coach Eric Ten Hag obviously doesn't fancy Cristiano Ronaldo, and he wants to put him on the bench, and Ronaldo isn't fine with that. So both parties going different ways will actually solve the cases, as we've seen in the cases of Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, Mesut Ozil, and various other great players that they've had with their clubs and respective managers. So it is a good decision for both parties, letting Cristiano Ronaldo leave. And I think Ronaldo even making the interview with Piers Morgan actually gives the impression that he knew his timing. He actually wanted to drop that interview just before the World Cup break, because he knows it's likely if he drops that, he'll more likely not play for Man United again, and he's gonna force his way through the door. That's an exit for him. And the question that now arises is the fact that where is Cristiano Ronaldo going? Who is going to take Cristiano Ronaldo? I know I've been seeing so many comments on social media platform, on Twitter, on Instagram. People are saying Ronaldo should come to Chelsea, come to Arsenal. Ronaldo should come to Arsenal. Are you serious? Are you damn serious? Ronaldo should come to Arsenal, if you understand me. Because looking at the recruitment and what is going on in Arsenal for the past few seasons now, you can see that Mikel Arteta and Edu Gaspar doesn't really fancy, number one, old players, quote unquote old players. Number two, players with ego to an extent, players that have they feel they are bigger than the club. Before Mikel Arteta and Edu Gaspar and the Arsenal board actually go into cashing on someone, based on what we've seen for the few transfer windows, the last two transfer windows, we can see that it's either you're a young player. If you're not a young player, you're very talented. If you're not very talented, you actually are hungry to giving something to the club. You're not someone that doesn't have the hunger in you. You see, Mikel Arteta goes for people that are actually hungry. You know what I mean? So if your age doesn't fit the bracket, which is very young, Mikel Arteta is obviously not going for you. So I'm sorry for Arsenal fans that want Ronaldo in Arsenal. I've been a fan of Ronaldo all my years, so I would actually love to see him in Arsenal shirt if it was possible to give him a contract, maybe a 6-month contract or something, till the end of the season, and he might be a very good addition to the bench, and he can come and do the job, when needed. But in as much as I would love that to happen, I would also look at the other side of the coin, which is the fact that Cristiano Ronaldo actually, if he's stepping into a dressing room, is coming with a big personality. So if you're a coach that wants to handle someone like Cristiano Ronaldo, you should have lots of experience. And I don't know, Ronaldo didn't have problem with Ole. I don't know why he's having problem with Ten Hag, and he's been a professional all through his life. But if you actually an Arsenal fan and you're thinking Ronaldo will come into that Arsenal squad and come into the dressing room. I'm sorry. That's a no for me. I'm sorry. So yeah, drop your comments. Let me know what you think. Should Arsenal go for Ronaldo, even if it's like a 6-month contract, or should he go to Chelsea? I think Chelsea will be fine with him. So I think he should go to Chelsea. So drop your comments. Let's know what you think and how you feel about the whole issue. Yeah. Secondly, we'll be talking about Arsenal's players' involvement in the World Cup this season. The World Cup in Qatar. It's been an amazing tournament, and we are seeing different kind of things that wasn't even seen before. And because looking at Germany's defeat to their opponent, I've forgotten the opponent, but we've seen Saudi Arabia also beating Argentina, and some things that we weren't even anticipating. Starting with the World Cup opener, which is England's game. So far so good. Arsenal has 10 players that went on international duties, which is Bukayo Saka, Ben White, Ramsdale, England, Granit Xhaka, Switzerland, Tomiyasu, Japan, Gabriel Jesus and Gabriel Martinelli, Brazil, Thomas Partey, Ghana, Matsona, USA, and Saliba of France. And I'll start by going for Bukayo Saka. What do you think? Bukayo Saka has performed amazingly in the first game of the World Cup, which is the England first game, and he actually did well. And by virtue of how he played during the game, he had got 2 goals and he made some few attempts on targets. And for this thing now, the goal scoring chart for the World Cup is actually tying to Richarlison, the likes of Richarlison and Giroud. They scored 2 goals. England are actually playing today. Do you think Saka is going to score like 1, 2 or even an hat-trick? I felt he was robbed last game, because if Gareth Southgate has left him alone for like a few more minutes on the pitch, who knows if he was actually going to get more goals, because their opponent was very poor, to be honest, and they took advantage of the fact that they were very poor, and they capitalized on their chances. And Bukayo actually played well. If he was on that pitch for maybe 15 more minutes or maybe 10 more minutes, he would have actually done well, in my opinion. So he sits on the shot on target he ties with Gnabry, Ike Gundogan and Messi, who have all had 3 shots on target so far this World Cup tournament. So for me, I'll be rating Bukayo Saka's play in this World Cup. Like, if I'm rating him over 10, it will be like, based on the first game, I'm rating him 9. I think that's fair enough. He scored 2 goals. He helped England and he was the man of the match. So I wouldn't be wrong if I was giving him a 10, but let's give him a 9. Understand? Going to Ben White and Aaron Ramsdale, what do you think? Ben White, Kieran Trippier actually started ahead of Ben White, and personally, as I am an Arsenal fan, I would love to see Ben White, but I think we should actually respect the coach's decision, Gareth Southgate, to actually go for what he wants. You know, I feel choosing a starting lineup, it does not only depend on who is playing well at the moment for their respective clubs. It also depends on the fact that the coach wants to play a certain kind of football. You understand? And for that game, Kieran Trippier actually fits in well to what he wanted, and it worked out for him. So kudos to him. In as much as I want to see Ben White playing that England squad and also in Ramsdale, it's just the manager's decision, and it is what it is. So it's fair enough. I hope they have a game tonight, and I hope Aaron Ramsey or Ben White is gonna feature, because I'm sure Bukayo Saka is starting. So yeah, if I'm rating Ben White and Ramsey, obviously I'm gonna give them a 0, because they haven't done anything. They've been called up, but they haven't featured for England this season, and hopefully they get their game this evening. I'm hoping to see that, honestly. Going to Granit Xhaka, we all know Granit Xhaka is a Swiss captain, and Of course, Granit Xhaka is going to start. He's been a born leader right from time before he even came to Arsenal, even at Borussia Mönchengladbach where we got him, where Arsene Wenger got him from. So then Granit Xhaka actually played well. He plays his part. He's a box-to-box midfielder this season. Granit Xhaka has been buzzing this season. He's been amazing. He's been everything. I never saw Granit Xhaka actually going into this role at Arsenal and flourishing. Honestly, Mikel Arteta is a genius. He's actually done a very good job in making this happen for him, and he's carried that along to the Swiss team, captained them to a win against Morocco. And yes, it's Granit Xhaka this season. Granit Xhaka this season. Remember that name. He's getting the Ballon d'Or next season. Sorry. It's Granit Xhaka actually. If I'm rating Granit Xhaka as the Seeds captain and his performance, his contribution to the win, I would give him a 7. I think that's fair enough, right? Yeah, 7. Takehiro Tomiyasu, he didn't start the game, but he was actually subbed in, like a few other Arsenal players. So Takehiro Tomiyasu came in and he played a vital part in them securing, playing a good game for his country. And honestly, when I checked the starting lineup and I was watching the game, I didn't expect Tomiyasu not to start. But as I would say earlier, it's the coach's decision, and if he feels he doesn't want him to start from the beginning, then who am I to change it? So he actually came in, did his job, and he did okay too. So I'm gonna give him I think a 6. He didn't play so much, so a 6 is fair. Going for Gabriel Jesus and Gabriel Martinelli, wow. This is a very interesting discussion, honestly. I know my Arsenal folks wouldn't agree with me saying Richarlison should start over Gabriel Jesus, but the fact still remains that it is the coach's decision. And honestly, let's lie to ourselves. We can see the fact that Gabriel Jesus has been struggling with goals to an extent, even in the national squad, and his past record his goal scoring record for Brazil has not been so good. So it's fair enough for the manager to say, okay, I want to go with someone else. You understand? I want to see what's going to happen if I put Richarlison up top, which was very good for him yesterday, as Richarlison actually rewarded him by scoring 2 goals, and the second goal was fabulous. Very, very good goal, lovely goal. And honestly, I know Gabriel Jesus is a fighter, so he's going to get his way back into the squad. But it's fair enough for him. A good win for Brazil and everyone is happy. So if I'm rating Gabriel Jesus, I'm going to give him, he didn't play so much yesterday. Ike also came in, and also Martinelli, they also came in, and they played fair enough, not too bad, you know what I mean. So I would be giving them a 5 each. I think that's fair enough. You can actually rate them, but personally I think it's a 5 each is good for Gabriel Jesus and Gabriel Martinelli. Thomas Partey of Ghana, Jagaban. Of course, Thomas Partey is going to start for Ghana. If Thomas Partey doesn't start for Ghana, then there's something wrong with his coach's head. Like, I don't expect Thomas Partey to be on the bench against anybody when they're playing, you know. And fair enough, Portugal, I said Portugal. The game against Portugal yesterday was lovely. Ghana actually, I didn't see that coming. They played very good. They were like, I know Portugal is a very, very good opponent, and Ghana actually took the game to them, played with them, and they actually scored 2 goals, which was lovely. And they were, fair enough, they were really, really, I would say they were robbed, because Cristiano Ronaldo's penalty wasn't a penalty. It was never a penalty. That was never a penalty anyway. I don't know why the VAR didn't look at that penalty, but Cristiano Ronaldo's penalty wasn't a penalty, 100%. They were actually robbed. If that penalty wasn't given, maybe the game would have ended 2-2, which is a draw, which is good enough for Ghana. Or even if Inaki Williams was able to score the goal against the keeper when he came back to get the ball, if he didn't fall, then maybe they would have had a draw again, or even gone on to win the game. So I would say fair enough, Ghana played well, and Thomas Partey played his part in making them play well, you know. So I would be giving Thomas Partey 7 too. It's not too bad. So they lost the game, so I would be giving them 7. Matt Turner, obviously, he played for USA, and Yeah, Matona. Let's be honest, I didn't really watch that game, so I would be giving Matona a 6. And that's it. Sorry. Saliba didn't feature. Am I the only one waiting for Saliba to feature for France? Because I don't know why Saliba is on the bench for France. Yeah, I don't really know why he's on the bench for France. He's been absolutely amazing this season. Even back then when he was loaned to Lyon last season, Olympique Marseille. Sorry, he played very good, and he got an award, I think, for the Youth Player of the Year or something. And he's been absolutely amazing the way he's been playing this season. He has come in and make the Arsenal backline very, very strong, very, very good. And we're playing good football at the moment. And I feel he deserves some minutes in the France squad this World Cup. He shouldn't just be taken to the World Cup just for the sake of taking him and just putting him on the bench. It doesn't really make sense to me. That's why I feel it doesn't really make sense. And I think the France coach can do better. And I hopefully want to see him next game. Hopefully starting in the starting lineup. So yeah, that brings us to the end of this lovely discussions this morning, and I hope you really enjoyed it. I would be wishing all of them the best. The ones that have actually started, the ones that came in, and the ones that are actually gonna start next time, the next couple of games. So I'm looking out for Bukayo Saka this evening. If you're excited to see Bukayo Saka play this evening, thumbs up and let's watch the match together. And I'm rooting for England, obviously. You don't want me to. I root for anything Bukayo Saka plays for. Sorry. So yeah, fair enough. All Arsenal players representing their country in international club has in one way contributed, even though they played. Even if some of them have played, some of them have been benched, some of them came in from the bench, some of them started. It doesn't really matter. The fact is that they are doing their country great, and everyone is proud of them. And thumbs up to all of them. I hope they come back to Arsenal stronger so we can charge for the Premier League title, if you know what I mean. I really don't want to see, in a way, them not using Gabriel Jesus and Gabriel Martinelli is making me happy, because I really don't want to see them injured, and some of our players, even Saliba, I really don't want to see him injured. But in as much as I don't want to see him injured, I also want him to participate, and because that's the joy of actually going to a World Cup. You don't want to go to a World Cup and sit on the bench all through. The World Cup happens only in a few years, so you really just want to be playing. You want to make the world see what you're made of. You understand me? So I really hope everyone has their game time. And for the ones that didn't go, Smith Rowe, Martin Odegaard, lots of Arsenal players that didn't go for the World Cup, and other clubs in general, I'm sure they're having a good break, and some of them are even planning on having some friendly games just to keep up pace and all. And I'm sure everyone is gonna have their time to show what they're made of in the coming World Cup. The younger players and everyone will get their chance if they actually perform well and keep improving themselves, because that's what everything is all about. If you improve and you look at the likes of Gabriel Martinelli. Gabriel Martinelli wasn't even knowing he was gonna make it into the World Cup squad, but through his influence in the way Arsenal played this season, obviously Brazil's coach is not blind. He can actually see what is happening at Arsenal this season. He will actually force his way through into the Brazil squad. So if you actually play well as a footballer, I think you will actually get your chance. Everyone's chance is gonna come. It's just when the opportunity is given to you, can you make use of it? So that comes to the end of this video. Thank you very much. If you actually like and enjoy this video, please subscribe and drop a comment for me to improve and let you know what's up. You can also give your ratings and let me know how you feel about Arsenal players this season in the World Cup. Thank you. Bye.